Okay, I had put up my 4 hour video. I mean, I had recorded my 4 hour video where I had about 8 songs that I had sung, and I had uh, give a commentary on the songs, and done the about a couple hours of the healing number 34 lesson, and then the prayer at the end and everything. But then when I started to put it up, I noticed that because I always check the video first to make sure it's okay. I noticed the video was showing 23 hours, and I worked with it. I couldn't get it to come out anything where it could be uploaded. So it's too late to put another one out today because I don't want to be get back to doing them all during the night. Setting up all night doing them, and so I'm just going to have to wait until in the morning and try it again. But I thought I'd come over on here and I'll just come on here and give the outline of what I was doing so that I can check and make sure that videos are still going up correctly and all like that, and then everything works correctly. Well, then I'll be back in here tomorrow, back on here tomorrow morning with we'll just do the Bible lesson tomorrow, and then another healing program on Thursday. That's why we'll do that. But the outline of this of the healing program, which I will go into on Thursday, that I had put up today, was where I was talking about the inexhaustibility and in the inexhaustibility and the unlimited potential of the healing power and the immeasurable love of God. I was talking about the unmeasurable love of God and how that is available to us without any limit on its potential availability, and that the nature of God's love is that He wants us to be able to take part of all of that immeasurable love that He has. And so then my number one principle was that full joy, peace, and love are available to us. And, without measure, according to how much time we're willing to spend seeking them and in prayer. And number two, we need to stay there in prayer, just like the people did that we were teaching there in Acts, Acts 2, in Acts chapter 2, where they were staying in the upper room until they were imbued with power from on high. We need to stay there and seek for that imbuement because it is inexhaustible. It's unlimited. There's no ceiling on how much we can be imbued with the power, and God's love is immeasurable. So that shows that He has plenty of power to give us, and His immeasurable love shows that He wants to give us plenty of it. And so we will stay there until we get that power. And then number three was there is nothing preventing us gaining more strength and power from God, and nothing preventing us receiving more peace and joy. And so just a reminder, then we need to remind ourselves that there's that God in His immeasurable love, and the fact that He has immeasurable love and all powerful love, that He is putting no ceiling on it. And oftentimes we have to remind ourselves of that because we feel like that we've got to a certain point and we can't go any further. But we need to remind ourselves about just how vast God's love is, and then we'll know that it is worth taking the time to spend there, to spend in that, like they did in the upper room, to receive that that power, that imbuement with power from on high. And if we can get a group to do that, to spend that time together the way they did, 100 people, 120 people, or whatever, well, then that's even better. But if we can't get anybody else, like that interested, a group interested, or the church interested, or anything like that, in spending that time to seek for that endowment of power, well, then Jesus is always with us. We can spend the time in our own prayer room seeking for that ourselves, along with Jesus, and just know Jesus is there, and just go ahead and seek and just say, I'm here, just like they were in the upper room of seeking for that imbuement with power. And then, so then number 3 would be then that, well, like I think we said, there's nothing to prevent it, us staying there and seeking part. And then number 4, we can be imbued also in that same process with a greater faith. And then I brought up Galatians, or I brought up, Ephesians 2:20, where it said, by grace we saved through faith, and that not yourselves is a gift of God, and that faith is a gift of God itself, and given to us by grace. And so we can be imbued with a much greater faith to believe in healing, to believe that we can receive that and be imbued with that power, to believe that we can be fully immersed in the Holy Ghost and so forth. And then number 5 was the unmeasurable love of God. That we need to remind ourselves of the unmeasurable love of God. Number 6, to remind ourselves of the unlimited potential for reception which God has given us in His love. In His love, He's given us an unlimited potential for receiving more from Him. Often I think we don't realize that He has placed within us a receptive power that is unlimitedly focused, or unlimitedly there and available when we decide to focus it, when we decide to spend the time. It is unlimitedly available to us to increase our receptivity, and we can use that receptivity to receive more of God's power in an unlimited fashion. So we have an unlimited reception potential. That's an important principle. And number 7 is we have an unlimited. We have a potential for an unlimited potential to grow in faith. And number 8, an unlimited ability to increase our awareness. Unlimited ability to increase our growth, to increase our growth. We don't come to a point where we're so mature in the faith that we don't have any place else to go. There's always an unlimited print. There's always more immersion. There's always more saturation that can be done. We can always be more saturated by the love of God, more saturated with the healing power, more saturated with all the gifts of God. And they're innumerable. Now, not just the 9 gifts that people often mention, not just the 9 fruits of the Spirit, but all these unlimited, all the way through the Bible, unlimited gifts are mentioned. Too many to even list. But we have an unlimited potential to receive those gifts. And in each one of the gifts, we have an unlimited principle to grow, and grow totally without limiting, without a ceiling in each of those gifts. The ability of healing, the gift of healing, for instance, and it's not just something that goes to one individual, but God intends for all of us to have that healing power, and all of us to be prayer warriors, and all of these gifts of prayer and gifts of prophecy and gifts of healing and everything. He intends for everyone to have it, and He has provided that there's an unlimited potential in that. And number 9, unlimited ability to receive all the I said that unlimited ability, that's number 9, though, to an unlimited ability to receive all of the gifts. And number 10, an unlimited potential to mount up on wings as eagles. And I mentioned Hannah Whitall Smith's book called it's called The Christian Secret of a Happy Life, where she talks about that. She talks about being the vine, getting in the vine, we being the branches and getting in the vine, and Jesus being the vine and us being the branches, and how we can get in Him and produce all this fruit and everything, and goes through a lot of different teaching there, and then comes down to that last chapter where she's talking about the life on wings. I think it's either the last chapter or next to the last chapter there. And it tells how that we can be we can raise in our awareness and our growth to where we, all of these things that did beset us and did cause anxieties and fears and everything will be below us, and we'll be up riding upon those eagle wings, where God will continually renew our strength and renew our power and give us more power and strength. And number 10 was number 11. Number 11 was that there's no quota, no limit, or no ceiling on healing. No quota. So He doesn't say, well, you can heal 2 or 3, but you can't heal anymore. And He doesn't say you can have so much healing power, but no more. If you seek for more, and you stay there and wait for that imbuement of that power, for that healing, then that's unlimited. He doesn't limit that to a certain amount. He limits it to, it's limited only by the amount of time we're willing to spend seeking for it and remaining there like they did in the upper room, waiting for that imbuement with that power of healing. So there's no quota, no ceiling, or no limit to the amount, or the amount of people we can heal, or the amount of people, amount of diseases we can heal in our own body, or to the amount of healing power we can receive. And then the last principle, number 12, was that we have unlimited potential to receive more of God, more of all of the things that are in God, all of His qualities, all His love, peace, power, joy. Jesus said, "These things I've spoken to you, my joy might remain in you, and that joy would be full. In peace I leave with you, my peace of good here, not as the world giveth, give it unto you. Let not your heart be troubled." He said, "He that cometh unto me will out of his innermost being would flow rivers of living water." And then I've come to give him life and that more abundant. All those things are unlimited we can receive those in an unlimited way. And that's part of God. That's part of God's qualities and all. And we can receive all of that in an unlimited way. Okay, so then I'm going to sign out here because I'm just kind of doing this video as a check, and just make sure that this goes up great and everything. So I'll be ready for my program tomorrow morning, and you pray with me that we won't have any more problems with this computer, or with the uploading or the processing or any of those things. And I'll make sure that I'm going to make sure that this video goes up and is processed in a timely fashion and everything. I'll know that I'm all good to go for in the morning. That's the best I can do now, since I just couldn't get that other one to work, and then I spent about an hour working on it, trying to get it to work. And so by now, I'm just totally out of time. I've got other work I have to do and everything. So, but I will be back tomorrow. And I will start. We'll be starting tomorrow, be around 6 a.m. or something like that, and we'll be here doing. We'll do the singing, and then we'll be here to do the lesson there, and we'll start the lesson, Bible lesson. We'll just do the Bible lesson tomorrow. We'll start that about 7:30. Try to do it just as the sun is coming up, as I always try to do, and then it'll be up by 1 or 2 o'clock, like that tomorrow, if everything goes right and the computer doesn't fail me again. I mean, it was just splitting. It was just really messing up. I mean, it only got about 2 hours of it, and then it just went to sound only for about another 30 minutes, and then just wasn't getting anything. And they were saying that that UCAM was not responding, and a bunch of stuff like that, And so anyway, so this just we won't be able to upload that video at all, and but we'll be back tomorrow to do our regular program. And so I pray that you have a good evening and everything goes well. And I will sign out here and put a video up tomorrow. Thank you very much for listening. And I just wanted to put out this information. Thank you very much for listening.